The Rake, the nightmare that watches you sleep. The first recorded sightings. The legend of the Rake has haunted people for centuries. The first known records date back to the 1700s, found in an old English journal. The entry describes a terrifying encounter. I awoke to find a creature at the foot of my bed. It was hairless, its skin pale like a corpse, its limbs unnaturally long. Its hollow eyes bore into my soul. As I trembled in fear, it whispered something in a language I could not understand, and then it was gone. Similar accounts surfaced in the 1800s, describing a gaunt, humanoid figure with elongated limbs, crawling in the darkness. But it wasn't until the early 2000s that reports of the Rake began to spread like wildfire. People from different countries, with no connection to each other, described the same entity. Red Triangle pointed down a hairless, emaciated humanoid with glowing, empty eyes. Red Triangle pointed down it moves on all fours, with unnatural speed and silence. Red Triangle pointed down it watches and waits. Red Triangle pointed down, and sometimes it whispers. The terror of the Rake. The couple who never woke up together again. In 2003, a family living in upstate New York had an encounter that changed their lives forever. One summer night, at around 3 a.m., the husband awoke to the sound of deep, ragged breathing. At first, he thought it was just his wife until he turned over and saw her, eyes wide open, mouth trembling in silent terror. She wasn't breathing like that. Slowly, he followed her gaze and froze. At the foot of their bed, a gaunt, humanoid creature crouched on all fours, its pale skin stretched tight over its bones. Its huge, lidless eyes gleamed in the dark, locked onto them. Neither of them moved. Then, it spoke. A low, guttural whisper, incomprehensible, yet filled with malice. The husband reached for the lamp, but before he could turn it on, the creature bolted out of the room, faster than anything human. By the time he ran to check on their daughter, it was too late. Her window was open, and she was gone. All they found was a trail of deep claw marks leading into the forest. The camper who heard its whisper. In 2011, a group of campers in the Appalachian Mountains were sitting around a dying fire when they heard something moving just beyond the tree line. At first, they thought it was a wild animal, but then they heard something much worse. A whisper, not in any known language, not human. One of the campers, Jake, shone his flashlight toward the trees, just in time to see a pale figure crawling on all fours, retreating into the darkness. Everyone ran for their lives. When they made it back to their truck, Jake noticed something in the dirt near their campfire. Handprints. But they weren't human. They had too many fingers. That was the last time they ever went camping. The curse of the Rake. Once you see the Rake, it never forgets you. If it watches you while you sleep, it means one of two things. Keycap 1, it is simply watching. Keycap 2, it has chosen you. Those who have been marked by the Rake experience. Crossmark hearing whispers at night. Crossmark seeing shadowy figures at the foot of their bed. Crossmark waking up with deep scratches on their body. Crossmark a constant feeling of being watched. And some, they disappear without a trace. If you ever wake up and find a pale, crawling figure staring at you in the dark, don't move. Don't speak. Don't blink. Because if you do,
It will take you